Hey, welcome back to another
What's
Let
really going
Loose.
on?
What's going on, brother?
Nothing. We're here.
Another
We made
day,
it.
right?
Another day.
I know, man. Today was pretty busy at work too.
It was crazy. This week's crazy.
It
You know
is.
what else? You know what else is crazy?
What's that?
All those mixed dogs. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Hey, and that's a good topic today to talk about, man. Bringing all these, what's the purpose of this breed mix in there? Like, is there a purpose, or is it just to create something and just hang papers? But we'll get more into it. Let's just, let me share some of this stuff in here.
Right here. Yeah, let me get to it. Mhm.
You know what's crazy too, though, that you get unexpected calls or messages from other dog people, whether it's to ask for a favor or just to point out certain things, or even getting help on things that they might not know that they think that like whether it's about health testing or food or allergies or anything like that. But like personally, me, I deal with that a lot. Almost every day I get a text from random people asking me certain stuff, and I try to answer as much as I can, but I try not to, you know, get away from my job duties first, and then
Yeah.
I'll reply to them and talk to them and stuff. Because man, I know
Yeah.
that I could get stuck talking dogs for a while. So
Yeah, no, me too. I go crazy. But yeah, that happens like during business hours or whatever, before, after.
no,
But
there for sure.
sometimes that's when you get the best calls.
That's true. Out of nowhere, right?
Like, wait, what?
Like,
Really
what?
going on?
When did this happen? And that's what I was trying to play with earlier. I have a video I posted on my IG about, you know, um, crossbreeding, but it was more about somebody hanging papers, and the person that described, how people lie and stuff. He made pretty good points in there. And I know somebody commented on the post that, oh, that it probably got pulled from way behind, somewhere in the back of the pedigree. Some dog was like that. But how far can you go before, you start bringing those genetics over? Plus, you know, I think you'll bring it out more when you start line breeding on certain line. Your that percentage, if there was something added to there, is just gonna increase. But when you're just out crossing, it's pretty hard to bring it up to the front.
Oh yeah. Yeah, how did you get it then, right? Especially
Yeah.
because you see that a lot. They just keep outcrossing. It's like, whoa, where did it come from then?
Yeah,
Did
and
you
that
know?
that that that
Chances are
was
you knew.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You knew what you were doing. So, whether it's to bring mass, size, whatever it is, um, they add some other stuff. And I'm gonna see if I could try to bring that up, that video, that clip, so I could post it. Let me see if I could share it. Oh, you know what? I have trouble sharing it right now, but it's in my IG. I think a couple of people saw it, and it was about. I think it was a bully, right? The
Yeah.
bully. You know, like I said, you look at the dog and you see the dog in front of you, but the dog doesn't resemble a bully. You could see the mix in it, and what we said, what was it, a neo?
Yeah, like some neo master, probably.
Yeah, right, something like that. Because the dog looked crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that was the crazy part when he pointed out like the wrinkles in the like in his legs.
Yeah.
Right? It's like what? Well,
What's up, Michael? Yeah, that that
Michael, what's
one
up?
that one was crazy. But then the way he broke it down, it showed, right? Because he was showing pedigrees, and he's like, "Look, this is the dog's parents. You can see the grandparents, top and bottom, great grandparents, and you don't see no dog that look like that, right?"
Yeah,
So what that tells you, and none of the dogs in the pedigree look like that dog. I'm not saying that it's not possible pulling some crazy stuff out there, but if you have a good understanding about the pedigree of the dogs, where they come from,
yeah.
you shouldn't be that surprised.
Or exactly, you wouldn't be surprised because you know,
Yeah,
right? You can say, "Oh, I know where it came from. It's because we used this at one time."
true.
Right? But everybody knows. They're just acting like they don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? Uh, Like I said, genetics is it's something that it's a crazy thing. But I have siblings. Some take more, or my mom's side. Some of us take more of my dad's side. But when you put us together, still you resemble each other, right? Somehow, like, oh, you could tell. Oh yeah, they're related.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you see certain certain traits and stuff.
Yeah. But it'll be nice to see that dog, um, belly brothers or sisters, to see if anyone came out like that.
Yeah, yeah. To see how much how much more is actually in it.
Yeah. You know what, Gabe? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to send you that video. See if you can pull it up, man, because it's not coming on my end. I don't know if you're gonna be able to pull it, but I'm gonna send it to you in your messenger. See if you can pull it from there. And today, guys, we don't have no special guest. It's just me and Gabriel.
Just such.
There you go, Gabriel. Pixel burgers.
Nah, I'm good. Piece of this. You get a piece of this.
Let me see.
The heck?
Let me know if you got it though.
Yeah, I just got it right now. Oh, no.
And because I can't, not letting me pull it up.
I get after last week I got more my feed switched up.
Oh,
My
okay.
algorithm. I'm getting more bully stuff. More bully stuff. I was surprised I didn't see more of certain people in the comments or on the live.
Yeah, right.
I know they're into that making breeds and mixing dogs, and that was a good one for people to see for their programs.
Yeah, yeah. And we're not saying nothing is wrong with it. I think what we were saying is, if you're gonna mix it, cool. Just say what it is, but don't label it, I guess, for something that it's not.
Yeah, and then compare it to other things. So yeah, it won't let me. I think
Yes.
that's where like it gets mixed up. Then people start comparing it to other things. I'm like, well, can't compare it to that because it's not. There's this in there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You
So
you can't you can't really compare it to, like you said, to something that is not. You can't say that's what it is. But in
yeah,
reality, that that's not a true representation of whatever breed it is.
Yeah, or genetically that doesn't, it's not compiled of just that, right?
Yeah.
So, but
And
I
it's
mean, to
cool.
each their
It's
own.
cool to make monsters and stuff, but you know, like the guy said, genetics don't lie. People are the ones that lie.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, then some people will come out with it and tell you like, okay, cool, but it's good information for people to know, people to use,
Yeah.
right? Or people to stay away from because some of that stuff is like, oh, let me stay away from this now that I know. Somebody already did it. I don't need to do it. Stay away from that,
Yeah.
right? You know the outcome.
Here they're asking Jeff Brown, do you feed your dogs raw meat or regular dog food? You want to answer that, Gabriel, first?
Both. We do, a little bit of both, right? Kibble and some raw, different kinds of raw. The next comment he said the same guy that he saw somebody feeding duck heads to and feet. Yeah, chicken too. Rabbits. There's some people that do like rabbits and stuff. But
Yeah,
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 I think
no,
it's a healthy balance.
yeah, it's no fact that for sure. We're we feed raw and kibble as well. We're nothing wrong with feeding kibble. Um, but yeah, I think raw is to us one of the go to. Kind of, it gets expensive. I think we said it before in another episode.
Yeah.
Depending where you're at, you might get it cheaper than in the cities and stuff, but it does get expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends what you get and when you get it. But yeah, there's other people that you could grow, depending where you're at too, like where you live or in the region.
Yeah,
You could grow your own food.
true
For
that.
dogs, like little feeder rabbits and chickens and stuff like that. What's up, Martin?
What's up, Martin? Yeah, man, I can't pull that video up. I know I'm having trouble today working this thing. Yeah, but what if you were mixing dogs, Gabriel? What would be the purpose for you? To mix dogs, or it was more to create something and be like, man, I'm gonna brush it under the rug and label it something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like unless you're trying to create a new breed, me personally, I don't see what do we need to mix dogs for, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what like you want a dog to go faster, you want a dog to be like there's already dogs that do that, right?
yeah,
Like you want a bigger dog, okay, then get a mastiff, right? Like you want a smaller dog, then get a chihuahua. But then people are like, oh, but I want this dog. I know they're only like this, but I want to make them bigger now, right? It's like, what the, like, hey, I think that falls into that whole like designer dog stuff, right?
yeah.
Purpose is just like to look cool or, to whatever. I think there's all breed, and then everybody's comes back with, all breeds start that way. And like, yeah, okay, but if the breed is already established and then you're still doing it again, like, where does it end? Where does it end?
Yeah, you know what
Does
I've
it?
seen though, a good example. It's the Frenchies, right?
Yeah.
Frenchies, um, now you have big rope Frenchies, hairless Frenchies, um, wire hair Frenchies. And some people are still calling them French bulldogs, but are they really French bulldogs?
Yeah. Yeah, what
Right?
are they now, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then they say those coats have always been there, but if you just match up the DNAs, it's
yeah,
kind of hard, right? And then everybody now is a scientist and everybody, which is cool. It makes for a lot of good stuff. These dogs, their purpose changes, right? Or it's different. Martin said that Priest of Male comes to mind. Yeah, that dog is freaking badass. I would like to get in there somehow. Um, but yeah, that's
but
a
see,
cool
that
thing.
that's a good example there. The guy doesn't lie on what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, people asking, people saying, tell you like, "Hey, this is what it is." You know, 25% this, the mom is that, the dad is this.
Yeah.
Right? Other people you see like, oh, that dog looks crazy. And they're like, yeah, 100% this. And you're like, what the? It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And,
You're telling
and
me you're
and the good thing is that he's creating that breed. He's not labeling
yeah.
it something else that it's not. He
I
said
could,
it. I'm trying to recreate this breed, and
yeah.
this is what I'm using these different type of breeds to create it.
And something different entirely.
Yeah.
Not like just making a dog that's 18 to 21 inches and 80 pounds into something, like the same breed, but I want him now 26 inches and,
Yeah.
200 pounds. Like, no, this is like a whole different, thing entirely, um, which is cool. And he's doing it, pretty good. He's been grinding it for a long time.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and I think he's doing uh pretty good on his project there. I know a couple of people that have his dogs, and I think if you want to be part of it, it's just reaching out to him and kind of finding out whether you know what can you do to purchase one of those pups, or you know he might just select
Yeah.
you and be like, hey, I need a home for this dog because he's gonna come and play later down the road.
Yeah. For something, right. To go back into the program. But yeah, selection, is playing a major part in that because it's not like, oh, all I need is these three breeds. You gotta have like the best of each three breeds, right? Like, oh yeah, this like, right? Anybody can know a recipe, right? You can go
Yeah,
somewhere, like here's a recipe, but can you cook it? No, right? Like it's gonna come out not the same.
yeah,
And I think maybe in the beginning with some people's programs, that's why they do keep it, secret for whatever reason, because they want to do something or they think somebody else is gonna take it from them. But like that, there's just certain things like, hey, people can't replicate that or don't have the patience, for that, or but selection, it's not, it's deeper than that.
yeah,
Besides
for
just
sure.
selecting the breeds, you have to stick to that. Um, like last week, Arya was saying about that they don't compromise with the mass, right? Like the muscle,
Yeah, yeah,
like that's, hey, that's why it's there so much because we don't compromise that. That's not something we're like, oh well, we could do without it on this one. It's like, no, you couldn't. If you're gonna do without anything, it's not gonna be that, right?
yeah.
And it shows.
No, and it's true. And like she said, they're whatever F2s, F1s, but their focus is, keeping that muscle, that mass and stuff. And I think she even said that that female that she took to the show, that was something that she doesn't see as a final product, but close to a final product. That's where she wants to
Mhm.
see her dogs. Um, and I think that's the goal. I believe in any breeder that's has a plan to what they want to breed to. You know, they go for it. It's just whether people that like color, they're breeding just for color, for certain traits and stuff. You know, um, and then the look as well. But then you have breeders like in the American Bulldog, that they like the little smaller American Bulldog, stockier and stuff. And then, you got, you know, I could say people like us that, like size on our dogs and stuff, but still have that look of the American Bulldog.
Yeah, a little variety. Yeah, you have everybody doing some certain things, which is,
Yeah, everything's cool, as long as you know what you're doing, you have a plan for it, you have a direction.
yeah, transparent. Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
transparent with people, especially if you're selling it to people, I think, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that you said it, transparent, because yeah, let's say you sell it to a pet home, but some of these, pet owners might, that they might not do no testing, they're going by your word, they believe in you, whether they've been following for a while. But you might get one that be like, you know what, let me just help test this dog. I've been hearing about Embark and all this stuff. Let me see what the dog has in them. And if they're selling them for something that, oh yeah, it's 100% such breed, and that person goes and be like, well, why does it say my dog has 50% such and 20% of this or whatever it is, then
Yeah.
that customer got deceived by the breeder. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Being transparent.
100%. Yeah.
That's when you tell them, hey, well, you know what? I did this. This dog is this, but
Hey,
if
hey,
you
there's
tested it, it might come out with certain percentage of a different breed. Just so you know.
yeah. Hey, there's Sharpay in there.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we put Sharpay in here for the wrinkles
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. But see
And then
that it could go both ways. That customer might be like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, I just reached out to you because to me it was weird that you said the dog was 100% this. I tested it and it came out that it has such another breed in them. But okay, but that's one. On the other hand, it could be pissed and be like, "You lied to me. Like this is not right, and I paid so much money for this dog, and I expected 100%, dog." Now they go on online and blast you or whatever it is, and it's like that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's good.
Transparent,
That's
be
a good
honest,
thing. You
right?
think you owe them money? Let's say as a customer, that's maybe not dogs. What if you ordered a 100% Angus beef burger and it turned out it was like 50% chicken and 25% fish,
Oh, I want some kind of refund if I'm paying
and they
top
charge
dollar for that. Yeah,
right, and then they're charging you for 100% Angus beef, right? You're like, oh, this is a good burger. No wonder it's $50,
yeah,
right? It's because of the quality and the type of meat it is. You could only get it here. Come to find out, it's just a mixture of whatever they have in the kitchen and just
yeah,
right. I don't
yeah.
know. I would feel
No,
some
no,
kind of way. But
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
no,
telling them that, right? If you're explaining that to them or you're transparent with them, hey, the papers say, but that's a weird thing to kind of explain to somebody, right? That's
it
like you go
it
buy a
is.
car and it's like it says it's a Camaro, but the VIN is of a Mustang and the trunk is of a Volvo, but it looks tight. But we just registered it as a Corvette, right?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I
Like
just
Marta
kind of one of
said,
the
frijoles posted as
yeah.
beef. Yeah,
There you go. Yeah,
yeah. No, no, definitely. That's
those are
and that's something that probably people have come up in a conversation with that with somebody like they've gone through that and whether the depends. I don't want to say the breeder didn't know because if you've been doing it for a while, you can,
and they're all your dogs.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Most people, and there's sometimes maybe you didn't know, but chances are you knew, right?
yeah,
There's a lot of stuff like I mean, it happens. That's part of it, probably, right? Of anything,
yeah,
but
that's true.
since our podcast is about dogs, that's why we talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's any
And
breed.
any breed, it doesn't matter what it is, Chihuahuas, Yorkies, whatever it is, and we talk about it no matter what. Not throwing
Yeah,
shade to nobody. If
Uh,
the shoe fits, hey, sorry guys, but what can we do?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What was pretty cool too today though is that I'm not gonna put it all out there, but it was cool. Me and you had a conversation earlier, and when I guess other fellow breeders reach out, to give them a hand. That's pretty cool, man. I think the unity. It's a good thing to have out there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Being able to, to have people like that, that'll help you out, or you could work with, or
Yeah, yeah, for
people
sure.
people know it's always good. It's good. It's good for business. It's good for community, and a lot of reasons why we do this, right? Or other people do stuff because you form these, partnerships, relationships, whether it be business, friends, whatever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
no, definitely network as well. That's why I think these dog shows are really good to go out to, whether you're competing or just going out there and seeing dogs in person, but meeting different people and just networking because you never know, you might need something from the state they're from, and you give them that call like, "Hey, dude, I have this. Can you help me out?"
Well,
You know,
yeah. Yeah,
so
and we've
that,
done stuff like that before, you know. You're like, oh, I know somebody that's over there. Let me see what they can do.
yeah,
Right? Let's make it happen.
yep, it's true.
Which which is
Hey,
cool.
it's happened. I have a friend out there in Washington, and he purchased a dog out here on the West Coast, and he had a little trouble bringing him over there. And he's like, Dennis, can you take it in, hold it for me until I figure things out? Yeah, don't trip. And it worked out, right? And that's because
Yeah.
we met each other on this dog thing. So that helps for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. Martin said, I think most of the West Coast has solid respect for breeding, for a cordial with all. Yeah, that's true. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Martin, I talked to Martin on the phone. I never met him in real life.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know, we never met in real life, but you
Yeah.
know, talked a bunch of times.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, and it's multiple breeders out here too that's what, like Martin said, we're cordial. We talk to each other, and if they ever need anything, for sure we'll help out if we can.
Yeah, and if you see me post a picture of a different dog this week, don't get scared. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, there you
They
go. See?
be like, "Oh, what the heck?"
That's true.
Yeah, what's up,
But you know
Marlon?
what?
When is Marlon gonna come over here?
Yeah, Martin, when you coming down? I know that Fernando, he likes to, take these drives, man. I know you guys connect a couple of a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I know Martin, you returned his dog. See, that's what I mean, just working together, that unity, and it's not like, you see a lot of this drama on Facebook about, oh, this person has clicks here and there. And I think we talked to Robert about that. He was saying, oh, clicks here. Nah, we don't have none of that here, man. We talk to everybody.
Yeah,
The different story is like me and Gabriel, we have a lot of things in common, but he's not that far from me. I could literally drive to his house right now and just chill there with him.
yeah, we're actually pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just worked out that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Talking about that crossbreeding, there's this guy too that I follow, man, on social media, and he has a podcast as well. But that's all he does. He just crossbreeds, right? But his purpose is to, you know, create that hybrid vigor on those dogs. That's all he focuses on. Um, and that's his goal. He's trying to create the ultimate dog, whether they're whether it's a stronger dog, faster dog, whatever it is, or he's just trying to create a dog that from two breeds that one serves a different purpose than the other one, and just have it in one dog. And but the way he breaks it down as well, he has a process, right? He's just not doing things to do, but he's testing the limits with those dogs too to see, yeah, crossbreeding. Yeah, and with him, hopefully I'll have him
Oh
in
yeah,
in the podcast soon. Um, and he could explain a little bit more about his goal, his with those dogs. And but
yeah,
same thing, he breaks it down, what the dogs are, what but he does have one dog that he feels that dog has like the ultimate genetics on the dog, like what he's looking for. So he's trying to cross that dog with whatever it is, whether it's a Belgian Malinois, a Cane Corso, or even man, I forgot that breed he has. But he said it. I want to test it, to see, because that dog to me. I feel his genetics are top of the line. What I'm looking for, what I want to see in the dog work. And I'm
yeah,
like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, I respect that. And he doesn't hide it. He doesn't care about consistency and none of that stuff. All he cares is that hybrid vigor.
Yeah, to
Morning,
get
Saint.
that explosive. One thing I dislike about crossbreeding to bring in a trait is that a lot of time when you get rid of the traits you don't want, you might lose the trait you wanted to bring in the first place.
True.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee. Right? It's not a guarantee. And then you pick something up like, oh, nice, I got this, but maybe now you don't have those three traits. Now you only have two, right? Because
Yep.
you switched it, right? Or you lost it altogether. Um, and then my thing is like duplicating that.
Yeah.
Maybe you do it once, it's going to be hard to duplicate, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And especially if you're seeking for like just the highest, you're gonna, that's it's going to be harder and harder to get. You're going to have a lot of like stuff below that. Most of it's going to be below that.
Yeah. No. Hey, Martin, I send you a link. See if you want to jump in, man. Talk about this a little bit more. Yeah. No, and for
Yeah,
sure, and that's when you have to play with these genetics, right? You're bringing two different breeds together. You don't know what you're gonna get, right? You might get some dogs that you're like, okay, this dog has what I was looking for. Might have, let's like you said, the three traits you were looking for. This dog has two, and one of them has that one trait that you're like, man, you know what? That dog has that trait I was looking for too. So what do you do now? That's where a lot of
absolutely.
the inbreeding,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
got to bring it
line
back.
breeding, you have to bring in play and mess with it.
Yeah.
See, this is where I was going.
Might need 30 specimens to get a couple good.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
have to
it.
breed and breed to see who has it. Yeah,
Yeah, those are going to be the majority of pups aren't going to have it, right? And dogs, adult dogs, they're not going to have it. And
yeah,
then besides from that, having it or not, then it's going to be up to you to select the right ones,
yes, yep.
right? That we always make the right selections, maybe at the time, or maybe we thought, and then turned out like, damn,
Like I
right?
send that dog over there, man. Uh,
It's nature, right? That
yeah,
shit,
and Mother
it happens.
Nature always will do what they plan to do, man. Even if you're thinking, oh, I want to do this, Mother Nature might slap you in the face and be like, no, we're not doing
Yeah,
that. We're gonna do it our way.
yeah. I want to go back to how it was
Yeah,
every single time.
exactly.
Yeah, and then with that too, you got to make sure you're using the right dog. Sometimes we're like, oh, it's this breed and this breed. That's what's going to give me this. But it's like, no, because that dog doesn't even have that. Maybe that in the breed it does, but that individual dog doesn't have it. Right? His mom didn't have it. So yeah, you got this Malinois and a King Corso and something you want to make it. But if it's like the bottom of the barrel Malinois and the bottom of the barrel King Corso, what's going to happen? Nothing. It's just going to be a mix
A
of those
mix.
two dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're not going to get any like
you gotta get
extra.
top tier genetics.
Yes, every time
Yeah,
that have those already in that possession. It's not more like just a breed because yeah, there's a breed and the breed standards and what they should be. But as we all know, some are better than others, right?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. It is what it is. Yep,
yeah,
it's true.
yeah.
No, for sure. And what do you think, Gabriel, on this? Like when you're crossbreeding, right? You're crossing two breeds. Are you, let's say, would you consider testing these dogs before you made them? Whether it's health testing, whether it's hips, elbows, heart, whatever it is, depending on the breed gonna use. You know, there's different tests for each breed, but I think for the norm, it's heart, you know, elbows, hips, and stuff. For any breed, we could test for that. But then there's
Yeah.
specific tests for like the American Bulldog. You know, we test for IC, NCL, you know, HUU. Those are specifically for the American Bulldog. Would you consider testing the dogs before you made them? Because remember, you get two dogs, yeah, they look good, but maybe some of those dogs are carriers of their breed genetics diseases, right? And then
Yeah.
you mix them together. Now you're introducing those bad genes to this other breed. Whether, let's say, let's say, just for example, you breed an American bulldog to a Doberman. Let's say we know that some Dobermans have the heart problem. Now you're introducing that to the American bulldog. We know that some of our American bulldogs can really breed. They cannot go for a long distance and stuff like that. They overheat. But now you're bringing that heart problem, or vice versa. You know, let's say you bring bad hips to the Doberman. Suddenly the Dobermans
Yeah.
are rated to be having good hips scores and stuff, and suddenly they start declining because you introduce that. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I'm a big advocate on testing.
Yeah, no, it
Whether,
would be important.
yeah, and whether people say, oh, it's not 100% accurate, but at least it's a tool that you could guide yourself with. You'll know some of
Yeah.
the stuff. I'd rather know something than not know at all.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, exactly. A little information is better than no information, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but nah, that's important because then if you're gonna start a new breed with those, well, you're already tainting your gene pool, right? Because yeah, maybe they are both carriers, and like, oh well, this doesn't affect this. Well, now it is because they're 50% of this, right?
Yeah.
So now they can, and now that's something they threw in that they weren't really you didn't have to really test for, right?
Yeah.
You can't recreate a Brazilian bull with Ambully and AB from the newspaper or pound. Yeah, exactly. And
Yep.
I think sometimes people think that like, oh well, I get this. This dog's okay. I have those too. I have two of those, but mine were $250 and the other one was free.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know anything about them. Like, yeah, it's the same dog. It's not,
Yep.
right? But yeah, I think that's what happens. Two people do that, and then it doesn't work out, or they say, "Oh, it's the same breed." It's like, well, yeah, it is, but like, it
It's
doesn't make it.
yeah. And like
Me
you
and you
said,
are
you gotta get
people, but
top tier genetics in there, to produce something great. Like you said, if you
yo,
get it from the bottom of the barrel, hey, you're just creating two dogs that are, it is what it is.
you're gonna get no explosions of gene
Yeah.
pool. There's
Yeah.
no hybrid vigor for that. You're just gonna get some that look different.
Yeah,
You ever
that's
see?
it.
Remember, like in the cartoons when they have like two dogs that like mix together and they're like exactly 50% of the mom and dad. Like it's like a bulldog and a poodle, and it's like just like a bulldog, but you have like little fluffy hair like a poodle,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't really happen in real life. They get a little bit of everything.
What's up, Robert? Yeah.
What's going on, Buzz? Yeah, it's just it just happens.
That's
But
true. Yeah.
I don't know if we're seeing it more and more because I think that's always been something that's going on, right?
Yeah.
Um, I just think probably now we're more exposed to it because like the
Y-
internet and
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, yeah. And I think back then when the internet wasn't there, it's like you do it behind doors. Nobody knows. Y-
yeah, and no testing, so you couldn't
Yeah.
prove it, right?
Yeah.
You could just be like, tell me this is not a badass dog.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, it's like I can't prove it, and then there wasn't like testing like that, like or it costs a lot of money to prove somebody wrong. It's like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
You want to go to an actual lab, but hey, like, what are you gonna do? There's no way to do it, or nobody else could share that stuff on the internet. It's like now some guy in Indiana you sold a dog to 10 years ago could put your ass on blast, right? Whether it's true or not. But back then, they could no one how are they gonna hear you, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I don't see you, I wouldn't know. So that's kind of where we're at now. I think so. There's more people talking and more people doing it. And probably before it was like just certain individuals or like a type of person, like a dog person. And now there's probably like a lot of like entrepreneurs and like that kind of stuff. I see people like advertising programs to like help you maximize like puppy sales or like
Yeah.
first of all you got to have the product, right?
True.
Because we know people that don't advertise at all and they're have a waiting list, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then there's people that are constantly advertising and they got full litters, right? You got to do more than like posts, right? And you have to have it again,
Yeah.
just because you have a certain breed, right? You could put a, like, oh, I have a Frenchie too. Like, well, why does it look like a giraffe? That's another kind of Frenchie that I like. That Frenchie is way off the ground. Why is he so tall, right? Like, it's not the same.
Yep.
I think probably COVID too. There was like a big burst of that because then everybody's like, "Cool, I'll stay home, make money, whoop these puppies."
Yeah.
Remember, Merles used to be like a crazy, super
Oh,
exotic, and now it's
yep.
the
Now
pound is
everybody
full of
has
them.
it. Yep.
Now everybody has them. They want to give them away.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
and
think
you're right because now I see signs literally, or I see people outside Walmart, you know, with little crates with Frenchies in there, talking about
yeah,
$500 Frenchies with papers, AKC, and I'm like, wow, you wouldn't hear that before.
yeah,
But like you
yeah,
said,
right. That was like something crazy. They were stealing them from people. Remember that at
yeah, yeah,
gunpoint?
yeah,
And now fools are dropping them off at people for like, I don't want these dogs no more.
yeah,
Come take them. And then I think some of those people too were getting scammed. Like, I'll sell you this. This stud was 20,000, and I'm gonna sell you this, and then you're gonna sell the puppies for 5,000.
yeah.
Which is weird. That's another thing when people buy two dogs from the person, then they like change the price and change the thing. I'm like, what? That's not even yours. But that's another story. Like,
Yeah.
no, and then that shit happens too. And then people are like, I don't understand. Why is it not like how come like why are they not selling? I'm like, well, for that price, they could get it from the original person, right?
Yeah.
What
True.
do we really need you for? They would teach you to sell puppies for 5 grand, but get 12 likes on IG, and I have screenshots. Yeah, see, like
Yeah.
send me money, send me this, and I'll get you. Like, bro, nobody even likes your page. You're following 70,000 people, and 48 people are following you. Not that that matters, but if you're trying to prove like a presence or like sales, that's probably important.
Yeah, and if you don't
Millions of
have the
content.
product that calls attention to buyers, then you got to do
Yeah,
change it up, and you know,
yeah. Because if you have something good, like a good product, the pictures it can matter less, right? If it's good, it's good,
yeah,
right? You don't have to like doctor nothing up. You just take some shit and you're like, anybody could see that this is good, right?
yep.
Is it important to do that? Yeah, you should be taking like good quality and stuff,
Good quality pictures, yeah,
but
videos.
it's easier when you have better quality stuff,
Yes,
right? I think that's what sometimes is hard,
yeah,
like anything, a car, a person, right? Somebody good looking, take 1, 2, 3 selfies, boom, that's the good. Now, if you look ugly, you gotta
you got to work those angles,
maneuver, you gotta
yeah.
work the egg, you gotta get up here, you gotta get back, right? That's
But
right.
then we got all these filters now that they make you look pretty,
Yeah, see,
so they're
yeah,
deceiving again, right?
I see that too. Like, whoa, came off of you and the dog. Surprise, right? Just there's a lot of it, and it's all fun, right? Everybody's doing the AI stuff and the Chat GPT to try to sell the public. Yeah, Chat GPT. Hey, chill on the Chat GPT. Don't be wasting it. It's taking up a lot of water for you to make those freaking little posters you're making every damn day. You want to put
Yeah,
your stud or advertise something, just put a real picture. Type it. Just take a little 5 more minutes.
there you go. Show the
Yeah.
raw pictures in there.
Yeah, because I get like little cool, it's cool, but sometimes the AI stuff is crazy. I'm like, what the like chill. It's kind of getting harder to like determine, right? But we'll just take raw picture and videos. That's how we post. Yeah, see, and it works. And if you got something good, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's
And
easier.
but same thing. Like I said, I always invite, even potential buyers, like, hey, I'll be out here at this dog show if you want to come and really see the dog in person, and you want to put your hands in there. And some do, right? They come down, and
Right?
and then you don't got pups, but they're ready to give you money. Like, hey, I want to lock in a spot for one of these pups. And you're like, all right, cool.
Yep. And then somebody else has 20 dogs and they're like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's just that's just the way it goes.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
not 100% all the time, but those
Yeah.
things that are part of it.
Yeah. No. And then definitely, if any of our West Coast, breeders might have pups and we don't have pups, instead of sending them to the East Coast people that we know out there, we'll send them to them over here. Just it's closer to them and stuff. Shipping
Yep.
might be cheaper.
Yeah, and we have,
You know?
right? Like, okay, here, let's do this, make this happen.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Again,
sure.
that's what it's about, right?
Yes. Definitely.
Like being able to do that.
You know. Like we say, we ain't throwing shade at nobody. It's things that we see, we speak about, we experienced it before. There's nothing
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, that's all. It's all love.
Yeah, but some people might take it the wrong way. Feelings get hurt, but it's not our intention. My number's
Yeah, no.
public. You always call me. We will have a conversation if it was something that offended anybody and stuff.
Yeah.
See,
You
Martin
gotta
said he got good ground shipping right now.
there you go.
You
Plug
know?
'em.
Yeah. There you go, guys. If you guys need any ground transportation, Martin said he got somebody good. So as I know Gabriel uh dealt with him before. It's Robert Bus.
Oh
So,
yeah. Super
you know,
legit.
yeah, and he's out here in the West Coast too, in Utah, right?
I
Yeah,
think so. Yeah, I
yeah,
think
I
he's
think
in
he
Utah.
is in Utah. Yeah,
And you know what? They're active. Like they're like actively like transporting. Because I see other people, a lot of people like saying like they offer like transporting to someone. I'm like, dude, where's your routes at? Right? Like, or people
yeah,
ask me, I'm like, I want to send them to somebody, but they don't have no routes. Right?
yeah.
Got to
That's
get on the
true. Yeah,
grind. Because
and
every
and
time I feel like there's a lot of transporters, and then when people need some, I'm like, why can't we find one? Or
yeah.
am I tripping?
No, no, no. You're right. Yeah, I remember back in the days, I used to see 3, 4, people posting. They were heading out on route and stuff, and now you hardly see it. We gotta ask, like, hey, or if you have somebody that you work with, you don't ask, you just reach out to them. But sometimes they might be out on the road already, and you're like, damn, I didn't catch them on time.
Yeah. And then that's when that other stuff comes to play, right? Like we're saying, like if you have connections, like, all right, I know this guy's over here. He has this. He doesn't have to pick it up from that, you know?
Yeah,
But yeah, we do it out of Utah. We go coast to coast. Yeah, see, there you go. Back in
yeah,
the day,
see,
I was flying my puppies. If I plane people would pay for my round trip ticket for one day and a one way pup carry on. So I got the experience to go all over the United States and sell my puppies. Yeah, that's pretty tight. That is very cool. I think you've done something like that before too, right?
yeah, yeah. Usually, I offer that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they flew me all the way to Puerto Rico, so
Oh, you got a vacation out of that. See,
yeah,
and that was like teamwork, collaboration. Everybody's and
exactly.
everybody got something out of it, right? A
Yep,
puppy sale, a vacation,
yep,
a new puppy for your home,
yep,
right? Experience. Like that's what it's about.
and
That's
that's
why you
what it's all
shouldn't burn.
about. Yep,
That's why you shouldn't burn people.
exactly. Yep, and that's why I say, hey, communication is the best way to fix things. Talk.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
reasonable people, but some people just, I don't know, they get scared.
yeah. Don't disappear. When you start
Yeah,
ghosting, it's over. Just yeah, communication is key. And anything,
anything.
communication, anything. Like it's always better that way.
Yeah,
I see a
exactly.
busy for sure. Brandy's doing. Oh, that's right. He was saying that they're gonna do a route tomorrow.
Oh, there you
Remember
go.
when we could put dogs on cargo to Texas for 300?
That's true.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
used to
that
be
was, man.
way cheaper.
Yep. I know there's still, I don't know about 300 bucks, but there's still ways you could do it. um, to ship cargo, but it's difficult. But there's still a way you could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's still like not a shoot. I don't really mind sort of like being able to go to Washington State, Philadelphia, San Antonio. Yeah, Idaho, you get to see stuff, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's only for 24 hours, 48 hours, but new state.
Yeah, yeah. I went to Texas. I had never been to Texas. I flew out to Houston to pick up a
Yeah.
pup, and I didn't see much, but I've been to Oregon too, and that one was more. I had more time in my hands, so I was able to see a little bit more of Oregon out there, and you know, and I think during that time it was when I think COVID was around. It just still wasn't. We didn't have all these closures yet. We were like, it was
Uh,
a new disease out there that we didn't know what it was. It's a flu. Like, you'll be good. And I was able to take a dog out there to Oregon and stuff and spend the day out there. Then right after when I got back, I think like a couple of weeks later, they closed everything, like borders,
shut
everything.
it,
Like you ain't
shut it
nobody going
down.
nowhere. Yup.
Shut it down. Put your mask on.
Yeah,
That was crazy. Remember what everybody was doing that?
that's true. Yeah.
Remember we had to eat outside
Yeah.
in a tent?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Speaking of,
worked. I think I don't know if you were at work, but I worked the whole time COVID was
I
still there.
think I worked more during COVID than fucking any other time.
Yeah.
Shit was super busy. People were straight home, and I was like, damn, I'm working extra.
But what was cool? That the highways were empty. So
Yeah, that
it
was
was
cool.
few cars that you were like, damn.
And you got to drink a lot of White Claw
Yeah.
and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what ruined the coronavirus all of a sudden. How that are puppies that are barely able to sell them. Yeah, it's tough. Restaurant night was horrible back then. Yeah, see, Martin, were you putting people outside in the tent?
Yeah.
You
That's
had to
true.
sit them down. Just had to sit them down every other table.
Yeah.
And then you had to put your mask on to walk, and then you could take it off at your table.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Speaking of eating outside, I go to Lazy Dog a lot. I think I told you the story.
Yeah.
People take their dogs. They legit take their dogs. Some of these people that take their dogs, I like my dogs, right? But damn, some people they were too much. This guy was
Where's
like
that?
cutting up his hand. This guy had like a big giant Labradoodle. That Labradoodle was like up to here. And the guy was like drinking wine with his wife or something. And then they brought out food, and the guy literally took a drink of his wine and then started mushing up the food that they brought the dog, like with his hands.
Yeah.
Like so he could eat it better because he's like, oh, the dog only eats it if I do this. I was like,
What?
that's crazy. Though.
I like, no, trust me, put it in there. He's gonna eat it no
Yeah,
matter
no,
what. Yeah.
if he's hungry, he's gonna eat it. He's already at a restaurant. And
Yeah.
then like they brought him to a restaurant, but they bought him like a bed to sit on, like if he couldn't sit on the floor at the restaurant.
Mm.
Yeah, he was like massaging him like the whole time. And then there was like some little Yorkies, and they were at a restaurant. I doubt that was their first time out. Every time the waiter or the waitress passed by, these was like, it was a mess. I mean, it was cool, but I don't
No,
know. I
and
always
I
think
know I
like if
know
your
what
good
you
dogs are
mean.
gonna be out there, right?
Yeah.
Like I just assume that if your dogs are out in the world, like in a restaurant, that they're gonna be behaved. Or
Yeah.
is that weird that I'm saying that? I don't know.
No, I don't
But
think
these
so.
dogs
I
are
think
like trying to attack people. Like if they don't go outside, I'm like, I doubt this is your first time.
yeah, like you need to socialize that dog more or correct
Yeah.
them, because
I think that's the correct. They probably just like let him do whatever. Oh, he's just a dog. I'm like, this guy's pulling you on the leash at a restaurant. You're like, come back. It's okay.
yeah, that is true. Because I think that story you're telling, I was at Lazy Dog too, and I've
Oh, the same
taken,
day.
yeah, I took in one of my Frenchies, but you're right. You know what I do? I just tie him up to the chair and he just chills, right?
You don't break up his food with your hands.
No, hey, they brought it. I just put it down there, like, here, you can eat whatever they giving you.
Yeah. No, I think that's And then like, are the dogs are going up to people and they're like, "Oh, it's okay, it doesn't bite." I'm like, I get it, and I have dogs, but I don't want your dog slobbering on my lap while I'm eating
Yeah,
dinner. Like,
yeah.
come on, the heck?
Well,
Service
nice
dogs
name.
only. I had fake support dogs lunge at me. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
And then again, and I'm like, I know this dog comes out all day, every day, but it's just a matter of like the people letting those dogs do whatever they want, you know? Like there's no corrections or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I never punished my dogs and never yell at them. And all of a sudden, I have the biggest American Bulldog I ever owned. He's about 27. And the other 125. When he got older, he stopped liking people going to dog shows no more because he'd want to bite the judge. I don't know what happened. How old was that dog when that happened? Like when he like flipped like that?
Yeah, Daniel, because that could
Two.
be, I don't know, temperament, I'm not saying it's genetic, you know?
Yeah, or that. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
We're like at a certain age, it just kind of like, or yeah, genetically and whatever's there,
Yeah.
and it just kind of like flips once and then it won't go back.
Yeah. Yeah, you turn that switch on and it's just there now, like, it won't come down.
Yeah,
Yep.
about 3.5.
Mm.
I would have thought that would have happened a little sooner, but I
Yeah.
wonder.
Yeah, no, because, I have a 10-year-old and, his demeanor is still the same,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way he
See,
was at the shows. You had him at your house, Gabe, well, a couple of years
wow,
ago,
was
and the
sleeping
way
over
he
here.
was, he's still like that over here.
Yeah, yeah. He was chill. He wasn't no problem. He was easy. He just like nice and relaxed. All of a sudden, I'm wondering if I'm supposed to get a dog training something special. Because that would have been like before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been before. But socializing is important.
Yeah, and having corrections,
Yeah, yeah. You gotta be able.
I like the prone collars. A lot of people don't like them. I like them,
Yeah,
especially if at a young age, I like putting it on them because I could correct certain behaviors or whatever, even to teach them how to walk on a leash. To me, those work pretty well.
yeah. No, they do, and then it'll help them so they don't get there, right? So you don't have to be like doing it when they're bigger. Because when they're smaller, it's
Yeah,
like okay. But then when they start getting bigger and you gotta fight with them,
yeah,
what's
they
going on,
might challenge
Junior?
you. They might not like it, and they're gonna want to challenge you. Yo.
And then you're gonna be struggling, and then they're gonna be like more stuck in their ways. Like, man, I've
Yeah.
been doing this for 2 years, and now all of a sudden you want to tell me to stop?
Hello,
Like,
senor.
I jump on people every day. What's up
Yeah,
with that?
they're
And
gonna
then
give you
today
that
you're
look
like,
like, nah, it's not gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah. And today you're like, oh, we're not doing that no more.
Yeah,
Middle of the country, Colorado, and stuff. Getting him out socializing. I always take him to the river. Always let him. Oh yeah, but yeah, even that. Put some TV on for him. Make
yeah,
some loud noises. Put him in a car ride.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Because even when I moved out here where I'm at, my dogs, we were from the city, but we didn't have horses just walking around anywhere. Now we have horses here. When I'm walking the dogs, and their first interact with the horse, it was they didn't know what it was, so they were on guard, and they were like, "This is a big animal. Should we attack it or what do they do?" But that's where I come in, and you know, I corrected
Yeah,
them, and I told them like, "Hey, that's not a threat. Like, we good." So now they see them, but they look at them, but we continue our walk. It was like in
yeah,
the beginning they stopped and they didn't want to walk because they were like, "Hey, that's a threat to us. We don't know what it is, and we want to go afterwards." But that's when I
yeah,
corrected him, and I'm like, "No, that's a friendly. He's good. Let's go." So
yeah.
now
And then
they,
that was important on you because they're like, if you would have let it slide,
yeah,
right? Then maybe next time, and then now you're like, damn, I can't walk with them like that because they're trying to kill horses now.
yeah,
Because I never told them that not to do it.
yeah. And then plus, you get kicked with one of those horses, your dog is done.
Yeah, yeah. Then you go over there try to save them, and then they kick you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I'm not doing that. Not
Yeah,
at
no.
all.
Yeah, but we're coming to our end, guys. I said this. It was just me and Gabriel today. We're just talking to a topic that I posted. I think it was a good one. Some good informative
Yeah.
stuff out there. Next week, we'll have a special guest in here, and just wait till next Wednesday, guys, to see who it is.
We'll be here. Same time, same place.
There you go. All right, Gabe.
All right, we'll see you. 10 American Bulldogs one time, not one of them. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
No, but thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Well,
for
it's
sure.
fun.
Thanks, guys.
Good
You
time.
guys have a good night. Catch us next week, Wednesday, 6 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Central time, and 9 o'clock Eastern time. So see you guys next Wednesday.
Holler at
All
us.
right, man.